Blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. It's Wednesday, hump day. I got a little one home sick with me. He's having some asthma problems, so he's laying down right now. I came on here though. I did come on here for a reason, and people can watch it or not. That makes no difference to me. I'll talk to myself because I think that this is an important message to get out, and hopefully maybe it will touch one person. I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube over the past few days, a lot of mental health crises, and in my personal opinion, and I'm just giving my opinion on this, in my personal opinion, people are going about dealing with their mental health issues in the wrong way. When you have mental health issues and you have a support system, you shouldn't, generally you have a therapist. At the very least, you have a therapist and you have a psychiatrist. That's the very least. Hopefully people that are suffering from extreme mental health, they have resources as well, such as maybe a social worker or a hotline that they can reach out to, and they can text or talk to them at any time when they're going through something. And in my opinion, coming on YouTube and displaying shaky mental health displays the fact that you're not taking the proper steps in overcoming or becoming into remission of your mental health. Now, I've been guilty of it as well. I've had to step back and to reassess what I was doing on YouTube and stuff like that. So I've been definitely guilty of it. So there's no judgment. But I just would hope that people that are suffering from mental health, that they find the resources that they need within their community. They work with their therapist, and if they're going through something, that should be the first place that they reach out to. Even if they end up going on YouTube and expressing their feelings about a specific situation, after you talk to a therapist or a hotline or whatever resource you have, after you talk to a professional, mental health professional, they're going to give you the tools to break it down, to be able to articulate it more than it sounding just like a manic mess. And when you come on YouTube and you sound like a manic mess, people tend to be less sympathetic to what you're going through. It's like, yes, clearly we can see that you're having a mental health crisis, but you're not dealing with it properly. It's like, to me, when you act out with your mental health, it's like doing something bad, like drinking and driving. Like, that's against the law. It's dangerous. It's the same kind of thing. It's dangerous to reach out when you're not in the right headspace to a bunch of strangers, and to break down and cry and do all of those things and not have any tools to use to be able to articulate why you're hurt or what happened. And that's only going to come if you utilize your resources at home. You make sure that you're on the right medication. People that are manic mostly needs to be on an antipsychotic. If you have depressive orders, then you would be on an antidepressant on top of that. So it's just to really reassess your medication to make sure you're on the right medication, and then use your resources before you jump on YouTube and you become a manic mess. Because when you become a manic mess, people just tend to use you as entertainment. And if somebody has cancer and they jump on here and, they act a fool, people are going to treat them bad, just the same as mental health. You have to, I'm trying to articulate this the right way. People recognize that mental health is a sickness, but at the same time, they're less empathetic to it if you're acting a fool, because they don't know what it looks like and they don't completely understand it. So you using your resources, such as your counseling and your psychiatrist, the 988 line, if you have to, if that's your last resource, you using those resources to gain tools in order to communicate to these strangers about what you're going through, then you're going to have a much more positive experience with these people, because they're going to be more empathetic to you and they're going to understand the angle that you're coming from. But when you just jump on a platform, a public platform, and act erratic, then people are going to treat you that way. People are not going to be empathetic to what you're going through. And so I've just seen a lot of stuff on YouTube over the past few days as far as people struggling with their mental health, and it's disappointing because they are not taking the control that they need. Hi, how you doing? But it's disappointing because they're not taking the control that they need to manage their illness. And like I said, I've been there, so there's no judgment in that. But it's very important to use your personal resources before you run to the world with your issues, because the world's not going to be able to fix you. They might, hey, how you doing, Tokyo? But the world is not going to be able to fix you. You have to fix yourself. When it comes to mental health, um, it takes your effort, and people are not going to just walk up and say, hey, you need to take this medication, hey, you need to talk to this person. You have to be self-aware enough to know what you need to do in the situation and who you need to reach out to. I've had to reach out in my journey of mental health. I've had to reach out to mental health crisis lines that come to my house. The 988 number, I've reached out to that many times. I have a counseling center where they have 24-hour people on staff that I can call or text at any time to be able to talk through a situation. I go to therapy every week. I have my psychiatrist that I can email or call and leave a message for, and she'll get right back to me if I have a concern about my medication. So it's really about building that community, and spending all your time on YouTube is taking away from your ability to build the community that you need outside of your own, outside of the things that you already know how to do. They'll be able to teach you skills. They'll do things. They'll get things to keep you busy to where you're not wanting to run on YouTube and just boo-hoo cry and act completely manic and all of those things. It's not conducive to their health, and it's gonna take them down a bad road. And I don't know, some people, I think, do it for money. I don't know if you do it for money. For me, no amount of money is worth my mental health and me being okay. So I have had to take a step back because I don't want to do something erratic. I want to be able to have my thoughts clear and to be able to use my skills when I'm talking to people versus just coming out as I go manic. I can make some stuff. I can climb some trees. I can go on bike rides. I do all kinds of stuff. But hi, honey, how are you? But it's all about you taking control of your mental health and realizing that social media is not going to fix you, and it's not even really going to help you. Please subscribe. Yes, thank you so much. But the social media is not going to help you. This is supposed to be entertainment. And if it becomes a point where it's not entertaining, then it's time to take a break. Thank you. But it's time to take a break. This is not therapy. This can't replace your therapy. This can't replace your medication. This is just something that's supposed to pass a little time and be entertainment for us. And to be quite honest, it's a little embarrassing to the mental health community when people talk about how they're getting help for their mental health and all of this, but they you're from India. Thank you so much for the view. I love Indian food. That's one of my favorite foods. I wish I could visit the country one day. Yeah, I would definitely wish I could visit. I'm from the United States. I live in Arkansas. So I'm here in the South, or the Southwest, I guess, where mosquitoes. Um, Thank you so much. But yeah, we have a lot of mosquitoes here. Um, Let me turn my camera on. I'm here today. I look like hell. I've been hanging around the house all day. Like I said, I have a sick kid, but I'm here My face is washed at least. If you guys see, and I'm gonna be completely transparent, if you see all these red spots on my face, I have lupus, and so I get what's called a lupus rash. Here, oh, there it's 1:30. Here it's 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. But I do get a lupus rash over my body once in a while, and so it's something that I'm battling with right now. I'm on a steroid for it, and it's frustrating, but I just work through it. I'm glad to meet you too. I'm definitely glad. Thank you so much. But yeah, but I just really urge people to use their community resources before they come to social media to air out their grievances, because there's amazing resources out there if you take the time to find them. And not leaving the house, not doing any activities outside definitely is not good for the brain, especially when it's not good for anybody to be in the house too long. It's good to go outside and take a walk, play some basketball, go on a bike ride. It's good to do that stuff. And so I just urge people to be more self-aware and take control, and know that they're not alone, but they're not going to find their community here on social media. There's too much scrutiny. This is not going to be the community of mental health treatment and mental health support that you need. You have to go find that in order to be able to come on social media and maintain and not end up breaking down, or not end up showing your manic times, or your the times that you're struggling. Like that's not the time to be on social media, in my opinion. And like I said, I've had to learn that myself. Like I had a time where I was crashing out and I was going on social media, and YouTube didn't make me crash out. I was already crashing out, but I was using it to take my anger out on other people and strangers, and that's not the right thing to do. You have to take control of what it is that you are going through. And you if you feel like you're struggling, then you definitely need to take another look at the medications that you're taking, because you might not be on the right medications. Like I said, if you suffer manic episodes, you want to make sure you find the right antipsychotic to help your manic episodes. If you don't find the right antipsychotic, it's going to be really hard to stop those from happening. We'll meet tomorrow again. That'll be great. I'd appreciate that. Bye, honey. Thank you. But yeah, I didn't want to come on here long. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. And like I said, there might be nobody, it might fall in deaf ears. It could fall in deaf ears, but I'm speaking from experience, and my experience is my mistakes. Have a great day, Raj. Thank you. Stanley, my favorite. How are you? But so, like I'm definitely speaking from my mistakes. I'm not speaking from a judgmental point of view, but I just would hope that people would take the time to find the resources in their communities to help them work through the issues that they're having, because again, YouTube is not going to work through your issues for you. You end up coming on here and becoming a spectacle, and people just use you as like a spectator sport, and they're using your mental health as entertainment. And you don't want people to use your mental health as entertainment. You want to be calm, cool, and collected, and you want to be able to articulate yourself properly and use your skills that you've learned through therapy in order to um, to express what you're going through without being a manic, blubbering mess, because that then becomes the entertainment, and there's nothing fun in that. I'm good too. I got my little one home today. He's having some asthma issues. He's been home for the last 2 days, so we just been hanging out. I'm about to vacuum my floors in a minute to make sure I don't got no dog hair on it. But other than that, I've been great. I had a little bit of a cold. I'm getting over it now, thank goodness. And I think that my son has the cold. That's why his asthma is kicking in on him. But I'm taking good care of him. I just made him some cinnamon rolls in the oven, so he's satisfied right now because he got himself a little treat. But again, let me turn my camera back on. But again, I want to show you guys, like, life is not perfect. I wake up and I got, like, my whole face is burned, my neck is burned because I have an autoimmune disorder. It just pops up, and I could come on YouTube and scream and cry about it, or I can call the doctor and get some steroids so it will go away faster. It's like, what am I gonna choose? What is YouTube gonna do for me and my health? Nothing. I need to reach out to the proper professionals. And on YouTube, people are using this as their doctors and their therapists and even, like, like, their way to get high, like it's a drug. They're using it in the complete wrong way, because again, this is supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be networking. You meet nice people, you have entertainment, and you might learn some stuff. Some stuff might be educational, but all of this hate and this craziness, people need to take a step back and really use their resources. I just want to express that as much as I can. I'm getting ready to, I did a short about it. I am actually getting ready to do a group therapy at my new therapy building. I have a social worker, I have a crisis line, I have a therapist, I have a psychiatrist, and I'm getting ready to start group therapy 2 days a week that will get me out of the house. Because I work from home, so it'll get me out of the house. I'll have something to do for a couple of hours, 2 days a week, and it'll allow me to to work on my mental health on those 2 days with a group of people of my peers that that I would be able to relate to, because we're all suffering from the same kind of thing. To me, that's a positive step for mental health. Coming on YouTube and screaming and fighting and putting all your business out there, and just acting very manic-ish is not conducive to you actually overcoming your issues. YouTube does cause health problems. I've been very careful over the past few weeks. I've been very careful what I've been doing, and like, and what I've been looking at and stuff like that. And yeah, I like to look at the mess a little bit, but the mess has become a lot, and it's like, and I feel like when people are giving positive, when somebody is spiraling out of control with their emotions, and people are giving them positive feedback and telling them they're doing good and all of that, that is not necessarily the key to it. They should be urging them to call their therapist, to call their local county, to find out if there's groups that they can go. They should be urging them to find resources for help, versus trying to be their therapist or trying to just sugarcoat something that's not true. Mental health is not going to get fixed on YouTube. That's for sure. It ain't gonna do nothing, but if you're not in the right headspace, it's gonna add to the chaos that you're already suffering in your head. And so it's just concerning. It's concerning to me. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. I ain't speaking from judgment. I don't judge anybody on what they do. Everybody can make their own choices in life. But I am definitely speaking from experience. I have been one to tend to get wrapped up in stuff, but I'm working really hard not to do that. Yeah, I'm doing my best to leave it alone. I'm not fighting with nobody. I don't got no problem with nobody. And I don't know these people. I don't know these people to have a problem with them. I refuse to fight with anybody anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to focus on what it is that I want to do, what I want to talk about. And that's it. But it was just sitting on my heart, the way that I've been seeing some of these issues going on with these people on YouTube, and it's sad. It saddens me. It really does sadden me. I'm not gonna lie. It saddens me because more people should be urging them to go get help, versus saying, "Oh, you're doing great. Keep going. Keep telling us. Keep going. Keep going." Why do you want somebody to keep going when they're spiraling? You would want them to stop and go talk to somebody that has the skills to bring them down from whatever it is that they're spiraling on. That's my opinion. And again, my opinion ain't worth a penny around here. But I still have an opinion, and I deserve to speak on it if I want to. And it's just been sitting heavy on my heart, what I've been seeing. And It's just sad. It's a sad day right now in some of the YouTube places that I look at. I've had to make sure, even the Charlie Kirk stuff, like I've been watching that. I watched that Candace, what is it, Candace Owens. I watched her little podcast yesterday. It's just a lot of stuff is going on, and we're not going to solve it on social media, in my opinion. That's something that you need real people, like real connection with people, in order to solve. Social media is not going to be the key. So I guess that's my message of the day. And then my other message is for people that are suffering from mental health: make sure your medication is right. It's crazy. It's like they're friends one day, not friends the next day, friends the next day. And the things that people say about each other are just so freaking nasty. And then the other thing that I've been seeing is that people are saying, "Well, this person shouldn't be here. This why is this person on YouTube?" You can't tell you can't tell people not to come on YouTube or not to talk about what they want to talk about, because if you're on YouTube talking about what you want to talk about, you have no room to chastise somebody else for doing the same thing. Do I think it's right? No, I think it's silly to spread everybody's business and even all of your own business. It's not the proper place to do it, but if you're going to do it, you can't judge somebody else for doing it. And like I was irritated with what is it, about 2 weeks ago, when Lauren was being delusional and telling lies about me. And I just had to let it go. I ended up deleting the short that I made because it wasn't worth it to me. Let her be delusional if she wants to be delusional. She don't know my life, and I had to find acceptance in that. And I did talk to my social worker about it, and she helped me see the fact that people are going to say what they're going to say, and I know my truth. And so as long as I know my truth and my family knows my truth, I don't have to prove anything to anybody else. So that's why I now refuse to fight with people on YouTube. I refuse. I'll go in. I refuse to talk to people behind the scenes. I just go into where I want to go into. I look at what I want to look at, and I mosey on my way. That's it. And I might have an opinion, I might not, but I'm not here to bash anybody or to call anybody names or anything like that. I just simply may have an opinion on something that I've seen. But it's sad. The hate that's going on right now is crazy. And not even just the hate, the lack of accountability that people take for themselves and what they've done is like mind-blowing to me. Because if you did it, you did it. Like, take the accountability for it. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to deny it. It is what it is. You have to take accountability for your life, especially when you're exposing every single part of your life to strangers on the internet. Yeah, see, I don't like them kind of people. And the people can deep dive on me all they want. They ain't gonna find much. I'm pretty boring. But yeah, I don't like those kind of people. It's weird. And we're, like, okay, you can only go here, you can't go here. I'm a free agent. I could go where I want. This is social media. I can look at what I want to look at. I can comment on what I want to comment on. And I stand on that. And I'll die on that hill because I'm in nobody's cult. And sometimes if I don't agree with somebody, I just choose not to make a comment. But sometimes I may have an opinion on it. But like I don't have to have an opinion or a comment on every single thing that happens. But it's just the lack of accountability, the flip-flopping, the hate, the refusal to go find real help with real doctors on YouTube is crazy to me right now. Like, it's like an epidemic on social media. And like you go onto Instagram and you see all the great things. People post all the great pictures. Everything looks perfect over there. You come to YouTube and everything is just grimy, dirty, and it's like the bottom of the barrel of people that just want to hurt one another. And to me, that's not something that I'm into. I don't even have the energy to try to do anything to another person. I have too much to focus on in my own life. And that's probably the problem. There's a lot of bored people out there, and they can find things to do. They can volunteer, they can go for a walk, they can, clean their baseboards in their house. They can find something to do other than sit on here and spew hate and lack accountability, in my opinion. So that's my little rant that I have about that. I made some cinnamon rolls in the oven and I forgot about them, and so they're a little hard, but my son still liked them. So at least he's going to eat them. I overcooked them a little bit. My timer went off and I turned the timer off. I was like, what is that for? Why did I have that timer set? I completely forgot I set it because I had the things in the oven. I'm washing bedding today, so that's always a fun day when you're washing all the bedding in the house. You got to strip the beds and spray them down and do all that fun stuff. So that's the fun stuff I have going on. Wifely and mommy duties today. Tomorrow I gotta actually go do some work, so I won't be able to work at the house tomorrow. So I'll be out and about in the morning. So I'm hoping my son feels better, so he can go back to school. So we'll see how that goes, because mommy has somewhere to be in the morning for work. So we're just going to cross our fingers that that's going to work out. And then on Saturday, we're actually going to the biggest, it's called like the biggest garage sale in the country or something like that. It's in Tennessee. So we're going to go to that and see what we can find. So I'm really excited to go check that out. I've never been there. So we're going there on Saturday. So that's going to be exciting for me. I hope I find some goodies. There. I'm actually looking for a welcome sign for my front porch, because I found one at Hobby Lobby, but it was like $40 and I didn't really like it enough to pay $40 for it. So, I'm hoping that I might find something like that there, something for my yard. I don't really need anything in the house, like as far as furniture or anything like that, but I would like something for my front porch. Yep, so I'm excited about going there on Saturday. And it'll be nice to get out of the house tomorrow to do some work versus sitting in the house doing work. So it's always nice to get out once in a while and feel like you're contributing to society. And if you guys see this right now, let me show you. So I got getting my clothes out of the washer, but I'm so sure I have to use tongs to get them. Does anybody else have that problem? I can't reach in the bottom of the washer, so I have to literally use the tongs to pick up my clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer. Sad, huh? Sucks being short. Sucks being short, I tell you that. And I've been sleepwalking, which has been crazy. I never sleptwalked before. I just started about 3 months ago sleepwalking. I think it has something to do with my medication. But I just started sleepwalking. But it's crazy because I'll end up. I think I'll be looking for the bathroom, and then I'll end up in the laundry room, and I'll like wake up and I'm looking around and I don't understand why I'm where I'm at. So it's been real interesting, the sleepwalking thing. So they put me on some medication to try to help it, so we'll see if it helps. But last night I slept walking. I guess I went and got an oatmeal pie out of the cabinet. I don't even eat oatmeal pies, but I got one out of the cabinet and I got back in the bed with it, and I woke up and it was literally squished all over me. It's crazy. So I had oatmeal pie all on my face and my arm, all over the sheets. It was a mess. I had to clean it up. But I didn't even remember getting it, so clearly it was a sleepwalking thing. My dog's food just got delivered. I have my grocery. I have I'm doing every plate this week for my groceries, because I do like to do the meal services. I've used every plate before, and I've been happy with them. So this last meal service was like microwavable ones. Those things almost went to waste. I gave them to my husband for lunch. I still had to go get stuff for dinner, but I ended up giving him to for lunch. But I had to cook. I had to cook them on the stove before he would take them. He wouldn't eat them out of the microwave. So we won't be doing that again. But I do have every plate coming. So when every plate comes on Friday, then I'll do an opening and show you all the good ingredients that they send. I have my first week with them. I only paid, so I got 5 meals serving 4. And it was only like $53 with the discount. And then going forward, if I choose to stay with every plate, it's like $108, which ain't bad because I usually spend about $120 at the grocery store. So it's actually a little bit of a savings to do the meal service. And it's so convenient because it comes straight to your door and they have every ingredients that you need. You don't have to worry about forgetting one at the store and running to the store. Yeah, well, we have an alarm on our front door. Just for that reason, we do. It sounds like when you go into like the liquor store or the gas station, one of those alarms. When we first moved here, my son had a bad habit of going outside when he wasn't supposed to, so we put an alarm on there. So when you open the front door, there's a loud alarm. So somebody should hear it and save me. My husband, hopefully. We'll pray. I usually end up in the laundry room. Like, I usually don't leave my bedroom, but I guess last night I left my bedroom and I went to the kitchen because I did have oatmeal pie all over me when I woke up. I thought the dog pooped on me. He don't sleep in our bed. He has his own room. But I was like, what the heck is all over me? It was an oatmeal pie. It was pretty damn silly. A friggin' oatmeal pie. So, but yeah, like I said, they did give me some medicine for it, and I haven't slept walking probably like 2 weeks, and then last night I did again, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. All right, everybody, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you hearing my little rant. I'm going to go. I got to take my medicine. I got to give my son his asthma treatment. And then I'm going to vacuum my floors. So that's going to be exciting. So I hope everybody else has a beautiful day. I'm probably going to go on a bike ride around 5. When the sun goes down a little bit, I'm going to go on a little bit of a bike ride to get some exercise. So I might go live again on my bike. I don't know. We'll see. Look out for me. Thank you, Stanley. I love you. Have a great day, everybody.